Namaskar, good morning, and my thanks to the organizing committee of TEDx at Mount Abu today. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. This red carpet here, that red spot, for talking about the redefining future. Redefining the future means, the greener future. So red carpet and the greener future. So, I would like to connect with the young audience here. My dear friends, when we say redefining the future, we are definitely finding some fault, some problem, some issue, some concern in the present today. What's that? We need to find these problems, we need to spot these problems, issues, like it can be environmental, as we are facing today. Pollution is there, climate change, you must be studying, right? And then there are societal issues also that we need to look after, that we need to think about, like the inequalities, right? The gender inequality we are talking about, more inclusiveness that we are talking about. So, if we want a better tomorrow, we need to look into this problem, we need to devise solutions addressing these problems. That is what redefining the future for me is. Well, as I told you, when we say redefine a question, I am just talking about the problem and issues. You need to find out for yourself what are the problems that you want to address, right? Second, I want to talk about the startup. How many of you have heard of this term startup? Almost all, right? So what is the first keyword that comes to your mind when I say startup? Something new? Something which has not occurred till now, something which is technologically driven. All right, am I right? Right? Such kind of keywords come to your mind. What I believe, you really need to understand, all the students here, all my audience here, you really need to understand that first thing is investigate your environment, find out the problem, find out the gap. Just now, we had two guests here, and we have actually, had a privilege to listen to them. So if you see OTP, that was also talking about a gap, that how to take up the produce from the farmers to the consumer with least wastage. So that was the gap, and OTP somewhere is that gap only. So when we talk of a startup, we are talking about the investigation around our environment, what are the problems, what are the gaps that we need to think about, ideate. Ideate means your own idea, a different idea. So you can see the founders here. So they have their own idea and they have put to practice, right? So ideate and then innovate. Innovate means, with the least of the resources, what is the maximum relief that you're giving in that particular scenario, in that problem, right? So that is the innovate, and then comes the investment. Investment, of course, the finance part is there, but most importantly, what kind of a stakeholderism that you are bringing in means, like what skills you are using, what technology you are using. That all will definitely lead to a successful, sustainable business idea. This I wanted to connect with my young audience here. Well, as I told you, redefining the future is more about, it's about embracing sustainability. Everybody was about sustainability here. It's a buzzword now. All individuals, be it and corporate, they need to have a environmentally responsible behavior. So sustainability is here to stay. And then innovation. Innovation, new idea to address the problems. And inclusivity, as I have told you right now, that there are so many, sections of the society that have been relegated in the corners. They could not be part of the mainstream development, and we need to bring them into the mainstream development. Like gender equality, right? We want as many women at the top positions in the corporate, in many other spheres as there are men. So giving them equal opportunity will lead to this kind of equality, right? So inclusiveness, inclusivity here we are talking in terms of bringing more, women participation in all the spheres of work. So now my case. Well, when we were just, I was working with Amity University as a, professor there. Then later on, I picked up my, CSR. I did my course in sustainability and corporate social responsibility. I happened to meet a team, a set of people who were like-minded people and wanted to contribute something positive to the society, to the world. And it's a very unique idea. So when we were just discussing, brainstorming, we found that urban spheres, cities, have many issues and problems. You all must be also facing this, the waste. All kinds of waste, is all out there in the cities when you roam around. Some are the huge, heaps of waste in the corners of the cities, and some right in the middle of the city is also landfills. So these were the problems. As I was telling you, problem and solution. When we are talking about the redefining future, I'm talking about the problem and the solution. What solution are we providing, right? So waste management. We started our work in waste management. India, you would be surprised to know that India produces 70 million metric of municipal waste every year. And only 20% is being recycled. Where else is this 50% going? It is environmentally hazardous, right? So we need to really understand what we can do with this waste. And in our case, in our opinion, waste is another resource. You must be studying about various resources, right? Renewable resources, non-renewable resources. Likewise, in the times to come, when we talk of redefining the future, in the times to come, waste will be another source of resource. All right. So waste management was one problem that we were looking at, and we thought of providing a solution to that particular problem. Then came overflowing landfills in all the corners of the cities. You can find the landfills, right? And then the lack of open spaces. In cities and urban, spheres, we need to have open spaces also, public park, public art for that matter, for the beautification and for the local pride. So we provided the solution to this problem. I am proudly associated with a team which is dedicated to provide sustainable public parks completely with the use of the waste discarded scrap and the renewable energy sources. So can you see this tree? This is body tree. All right. But can you spot some difference? This is made out of waste. And it is very much here in Delhi only, in Bharat Darshan Park. It is completely made out of waste. Most importantly, when we started with this journey of creating waste to art park in Delhi, and for your information, Delhi is the largest city in the world to have waste to art park. So, that when we started the journey, we were just thinking about what kind of, structures, monuments that we can put up so that it is just not the park, it is an emotion. It becomes, sentimentally, the community gets connected with that. So we did a lot of brainstorming. We came around a lot of idea, and then we started discussing the local heroes. We started discussing the local customs, rich heritage, rich history, and we picked up monuments and historical landmarks from there, and we recreated them here, the replicas of these monuments, landmarks here in Delhi itself. So Waste to Wonder Park, if you will Google it, you will find out it's making a buzz in the social media and international media as well. So wherein we have created 7 wonders. It's an aspirational park because it meets the aspirations of people where these people cannot go to Paris to see the Eiffel Tower, but definitely they can go to the Waste Wonder Park in Delhi, Sarai Ka Likha, where they can see the elevation, they can get the selfie, click the selfie with the Eiffel Tower and post it in the social media, right? So such kind of aspirations are being met by these public parks here. So this is the Eiffel Tower I was talking about. It's very much in Delhi, Waste Wonder Park. And another one is Taj Mahal. This is not Agra. This is again Delhi. So this kind of work is being done. It's a teamwork. It's a stakeholderism. A lot of people are involved. Artists, artisans, landscape artists, landscape architects, and many other people in the team are involved who are creating this magic here in Delhi. Colosseum. So as I told you, together we can. It's a whole team of people. We are putting together this kind of work. It's like we are doing beautification of our city, and it has given a different kind of revenue to the to us and to the municipal corporations also, where they can recycle the waste and create this kind of beautiful, monuments. They can beautify their roundabouts. They can beautify the landscapes. So we are all into this. Well, I would like to tell the students here that idea comes from the curiosity. The curious case of ABC. Keep it alive in you. Always, have that thinking hat and, just think that what new we can do, new solution we can provide to the problems that are existing. That you have to understand. And this is how, can we play this please? So, what I would like to tell you people, that in today's time, there are many environmental, societal issues that we need to understand and accordingly devise solution for that. Over here, urban areas, they had this issue of waste which we have dealt with. We have given them a plan how they can recycle that waste and create, beautiful structures so that it can it be played? Yes. So you can see there so many artisans are at work. We have a rich heritage and history, Indians. So we are creating parks on the basis of like in Lucknow, we are doing UP Darshan Park. So we have picked up the temples, local heroes of UP, which we are creating in 10-acre, area, and it is soon going to be inaugurated by the Chief Minister. So this is how we have created in the G20. Also, you would see that there are a lot of public art all over, Delhi. Thankfully, it was done by our team only. Fortunately, you can see that these works are all done. Mudras, Kathak Mudra. Kathak is the pride of UP again. So we have created this Kathak Mudras in Lucknow. It's educative and aspirational. Surprisingly, all these statues are made up of waste, scrap. So our journey started with a small monument initially, which got converted to full-fledged park later, and now we are doing in Haryana and many other states. In CSR officer. It's all in Delhi. You would understand that your idea, if you have understood the environment around you, tomorrow you may be on an entrepreneurial journey, and in your entrepreneurial journey, if you will find that you give solutions to the problems, definitely you are there. And if we say future, we are talking about sustainability, we are talking about recycling the waste, we are talking about the inclusivity, we are talking about the innovation, the new idea. Thank you very much.